Everybody, and welcome back to the week that was. My name is Jude Newcomb. This is episode number 48 of the program. I'm glad that you're here. Today, I'm going to devote most of the episode to doing kind of a follow-up to the NFT Explained episode that we had about a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago. This is going to be part two of that. It's going to revolve around not necessarily what gives NFTs value or anything like that, but more about if you're interested, how would you go about putting together a collection for MetriVerse, which is going to be the marketplace for the Metrix network NFT platform. So if that interests you, please come along and maybe we can learn some things together. So let's get going. All right, guys. So first up, before we get into the NFT stuff, I just wanted to remind everybody, in case you forgot, or actually even if you haven't even seen it, there's going to be a AMA today. Well, tomorrow, today, depending on where you are in the world. It's going to be at 5 a.m. UTC, March 17th. I believe that is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So if you are available to check that out, please do so. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be a little bit of news mixed in with the AMA. Trent's going to put some exciting news out there, so make sure to check that out. There's also going to be some rewards for various folks who participate, so make sure to check it out on Telegram at Lando Community. That's all one word, at Lando Community. Now, getting into the NFT stuff, I put together the what I'm going to show you today. It's by no means comprehensive, but I thought that it would be good to refresh a little bit from what we've talked about in the past, and then get more into how you would actually approach this for the Metrix network moving into when Metrix or MetriVerse is launched, coming up. So this project here, and I'm mostly going to be talking about the Solana network today because that is the one that I'm most familiar with. But there's multiple networks at this point that feature NFT platforms. So here we have a project called the Simians Universe. The current floor price is 6 Solana. They've done almost 11,000 Solana worth of volume all time. The average price for the last 24 hours is 6.3 Solana, and there's 53 simians currently listed. And you can see here they put in their description that 1,110 simians exist in the entire collection. And you can go through and you can say, okay, I want to buy one of these. Let's say you've done your research and it looks like a good project to you. You're like, well, why would I buy this one here for 6.17 Solana versus, this one here for 11.8? Well, there's a few reasons why you might want to do that. But one thing I wanted to focus on is the artwork itself. If we focus on the artwork itself, you can see that they're all similar, but they're all different. And that's one of the cool things about the artwork itself, if we're not talking about anything else. Pretty much, this is an example of generative art. So generative art is where you have the base kind of outline-ish of what the art is. So in this case, it's all simians, which then you get into what makes each one different. So this one has a cowboy hat, this one has an afro, this one has a backwards baseball hat, and that's just for the head. So the head of the simian will have all different types of attributes. Then it's what are they holding in their hand, what are they wearing, what color are they, do they have eyeglasses or not, what is their mouth structure, and all those things have variance to it. Some of them will share traits, right? So like we can see here, this one has a blue hat and this one has a blue hat. But they're different because one's holding a banana, one's holding a soda can. They have different eyeglasses, their mouths are different, and the background's different. they're also wearing the same hoodie. What you'll find in any collection that's done as generative art, most of the time, is that while some may share traits, none will share all traits. So they're all one of ones in a sense, even though they're all very similar. So some of the traits that exist are much more rare than others. So if we go down here, you can see like these green jacket, kind of puffy jacket things. They're super rare. I just know that from knowing this this collection, or this lightsaber. That's rare. So that's why this one's 15 Solana. That's why this one's 17. That's why this one's 28, because it's also holding a rare PS5 joystick and has angry eyes. And those are all rare traits for this collection. Anyway, why would you want to buy the more expensive one? Because in certain collections, rarity will help you with things like staking. So if you hold a more rare NFT compared to the more common ones, you are rewarded with a higher staking percentage when you stake your NFT for the token that the project has. Simians also has use cases, and that's what I wanted to get into today. So show a couple of examples again of use cases, and then transfer that into creating your own collection. Things to think about, right? So with Simians, they will be offering staking. That's not out yet, but that's why people get more rare ones compared to not rare. They also have their website, which features their main use case at the moment, which is a launchpad. And I spoke about launchpads in the past, and what they are is a place where on mint day, everybody that clicks mint to get one of these when they launch will do so by clicking on the mint button when it pops up. These have like a little bit of time to go before they launch, but let's say you were interested in a mythical macaque, you would click this, and everybody would click this around the same time, and everybody would click mint at the same time. The system itself, the Simians launchpad, will randomize who gets what. That way, it's evenly distributed out to people, and you have just as good of a chance as anyone else in getting a rare as opposed to someone else. And we've talked in the past about the High Roller Hippo Click, the casino NFT. Their main use case is having casinos where people can gamble Solana, but they also have a staking feature, and their token is already out. So you can see, their current token price is 14.5 cents, or 14.5 cents per day, or not per day. You get 3 of their tokens per day if they're unlocked. If you choose to lock them, that's where the rarity of your NFT comes into play. If you have a more rare hippo, then you are rewarded with more of their roll token every single day compared to somebody that has a locked common NFT. So, this is another use case. We also have this project, Lost at Sea. Again, they have a lower floor price of 0.42 Solana per NFT. They also have a token as well. So if you stake their coin, you can earn every single day. So what I wanted to really show this to you for was with the upcoming release of MetriVerse, it would really be, I think, a great opportunity for people to come up with their own collections. And you're like, Jude, how in the world do I even come up with a collection? Well, first of all, this is step one. Step one is what utility and what use cases am I going to bring to the table for my project? And, you have things like staking, you have things like membership into exclusive access for things like concerts, or, I know projects that are doing golf, so you get access to cheaper green fees when you go to certain golf courses around the world, uh, and getting access to certain golf courses, period, that you might not be able to play otherwise. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's all kinds of projects doing all kinds of things. And like I said, an NFT gives you access to various promotions or staking rewards or passive income opportunities. It just having ownership of that gives you access into those other things that the project's offering. So I would say the first thing you would want to do is figure out what will you offer people. uh, I've even seen the holding of an NFT just gives you access to a DAO. So with your access to a DAO, you are then given the ability to vote on certain things as a community. That could range from a whole host of things. One of them being just buying and selling other NFT projects and then sharing the revenue of how much money is made. I think that's pretty simple and straightforward. I think pretty much anybody listening to this could do that. So let's make that our example right here, right? So that's our use case. We're going to create, Metrix NFT, and there's going to be a collection, and we're going to basically create a DAO. So anybody that holds one of these will get a percent of the daily, or not daily, let's say percent of the weekly revenue from our buying and trading of other NFT projects. Cool. So the more that you hold, the more of a percentage you get from that payout. Well, what's the first thing that we do now? Well, we need art, right? We need NFTs. So we decide, do we want a collection of one, or do we want a full collection? So here's OpenSea, and I've showed this before. Some of these have 10,000 NFTs in them. Some of them have 500. Some of them have 30. Some of them have 5,000. A lot of them, I would say, the majority have between 3,000 and 6,000 NFTs. I would say is like where a lot of people are out. And then there's also, I would say, a moving trend towards less. So less is more. So 1,000 even. I've seen 700 recently as like a popular number for launches. So let's say, we wanted to create an NFT, right? Let's say we wanted to have an NFT collection of 5, right? Well, that's pretty easy to do with a level of 5. I mean, you could just go to OpenSea right now and upload 5 random JPEGs. They could just be things that you have on your computer that you've created from MS Paint. Put together 5 of them and boom, release them. There's your collection. Whoever buys them is now in your DAO. Well, that is one way to go about it, but most collections, like I said, are larger than that. And only selling 5 NFTs is probably not going to get us a lot of, Ethereum or Metrix or Solana, whatever network we're on. It's not going to give us much to reinvest into other projects for our DAO's use case, which is buying and selling for revenue sharing. So we need a bigger collection. This isn't going to do. We're not going to just upload 5,000 images and then hope just people buy them randomly. We need a better business model than that. So, what we can do is we can do a couple things. We need to decide, are we going to do one-of-ones that are strictly one-of-ones where no traits are shared, it's not generative like I showed you with the simians. Well, that's really difficult to do, and it'll take a very long time for you to come up with 5,000 one-of-one drawings or photographs that are going to be differentiated from one another. Maybe that doesn't even matter in our example, though, because, we're just giving access to a DAO, but maybe we'll have something like rarity, down the line, and that'll be something that'll be important to our collection. So we want there to be differences between our our pieces in the collection. So, we could do a couple things, right? Number one, we could hire a artist, somebody who has done art, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. You could probably find people on Twitter or, go to other discords of projects and see if, there's artists, or you can find a lead on getting an artist who would be willing to work on a new project with you. They can put together the generative art, come up with all the different traits that are going to be in your collection, what the main feature or focus is of the artwork. Is it going to be an animal? Is it going to be landscapes? Is it going to be cereals? Like whatever it is, and then create the traits and attributes around that generate less common or more common to least common NFTs in your collection. There's also sites like this where you can pay for their, generator pad, what they have here. You don't need to code or anything. And as you can see, it says generates up to 10,000 NFTs with just one click. And, as you can see, it kind of will do what we're talking about here, where you'll be able to kind of create your collection with your generative art with just the attributes changing. This is one way to go about it as well. I haven't used it yet, so I can't really endorse it. But it is something that I found, someone mentioned it to me. So thought this was pretty neat. If anybody uses it, let me know. Then let's say you go through with all this and your artist or you work on this and you create your collection. Well, what next? Do you just come up with a deadline and say, okay, we're going to launch all of these pieces on, April 1st, 2022 at midnight UTC, and, whoever mints it, mints it. Well, no, you have to now market, right? So one of the best ways to go about this, one of the most, common methods of doing this is two things. Number one, creating a Twitter account, right? So here's a project called Bongheads. It's got a ton of hype on the Solana network that's going to mint in a few days. And then there's also this other project, Sonova, which has 5,000 in their collection. You can see here there's going to be 5,000. That's going to mint in 2 days. You can see they both have generated a large following in a short period of time. Here, January 2022, they have almost 10,000 followers. And then for Sonova, it started in February of 2022, just last month. It already has 13,000 followers. And for most of these projects, generally the followership is legit. It's real. And you can usually check just by kind of looking at their engagement. So this tweet has hundreds of likes. This one just a couple hours ago has almost 100. And the same thing for Bongheads. They have a bunch of likes, and it's getting a lot of hype from different YouTube influencers. And yeah, so coming up with a solid marketing plan for how you're going to present your artwork and which pieces you're going to elect to show the world is important. If this loads, it'll show you a sample of their artwork. Yeah, there you go. So people really like their art. I'm I'm not going to give my opinion, but it's pretty standard stuff for the NFT space at the moment. Kind of like this kind of paraphernalia kind of stuff. But so Sonova, kind of similar. You can kind of go up here and take a look at their art, but you can see they're both generative art. So there will be places for different attributes. So like obviously the helmets will probably be different. The jackets will probably be different, what they're holding, the background. You can see like where the differences would come into play. And so you'll develop your Twitter following. And the other thing that you'll want to do is open up a Discord. You want to have a Discord. That is imperative. Here we have, let's see, that's the Lost at Sea Discord. Let's go over to Space Cadets, who's a partner of Metrix and MetriVerse. Sorry, my computer's running a little slow right now. But what we can basically what you can do from these sites, or from Discord, is your information here at the top is going to be your most important. So it'll show how many members are in the Discord, how many people are whitelisted, which I'll explain in a second, when the mint is, and how much the mint is going to cost. That's for Space Cadets, and then you'll have all the different channels with like chats and specialty channels for fun, like food and sports and stuff like that. And here's the Bongheads NFT. You can see there's 8,000 in their channel. Their mint date is March 20th, like we talked about, at 8:30 UTC for whitelist members. And then the public mint is at 9, and the whitelist mint is 1 Solana. Public mint price is 1.5 Solana. So that can kind of give you an inkling as to what whitelist is. If you're given whitelist, you are given almost a guarantee, basically, that you will be able to mint 1 NFT or 2 NFTs, whatever they designate. Here with mint, it says per wallet 1. So if I have a whitelist for this, which I do, I'll be able to mint these a half an hour before the public is given the opportunity to on March 20th. And that's a great advantage. So I'm able to not only pretty much guarantee myself one of these, but also I'm getting it for half a Solana cheaper. And I've done that by winning a giveaway. Or I think for this one, I have access to it by being a member of the High Roller Hippo Click Discord, which I was verified for by owning a hippo. So I owned a hippo. I was in the Discord. I saw the notification that said, "Who wants whitelist for this project?" I knew it had a lot of hype, so I clicked on it and I got whitelisted. And now in a few days, I'll be able to mint, for a half a Solana cheaper than everyone else. And hopefully we'll see where the project goes, but that should be a good buy. But anyway, this is where, you want to start promoting and giving information to the people that see you on Twitter. And yeah, so you're tweeting and, you're going about your promotion. You're getting people to join your Discord. The momentum should grow and grow and grow. And then all of a sudden you'll have, 9,000 followers and 8,000 people in my Discord. And oh my goodness, I only have 5,000 of these in our collection, And that's where the Launchpad comes in. How can you possibly give out 5,000 NFTs to 8,000 interested people? And I can say from experience, the closer you get to the mint date, the closer you get to the time of mint, the more and more hectic everything becomes. People are chatting, people are typing, people are asking things. It's frantic and hectic, and people are demanding, and they want whitelists, and they're probably already all given out, and people are dealing with that. And so what do? Well, for the people asking for whitelists, well, that's over. But how do you give out these NFTs in a fair way? And like I said, that's where the Launchpad comes in. So the Simians offers a Launchpad. We talked about that already, so our project would be like kind of listed here, and people would go down, it would say mint, and they would click that. Their wallet would connect to the website, and they would click mint, the money would come out of their wallet, and the NFT would go into their wallet. And it's as simple as that. Magic Eden, the marketplace for Solana, has something similar. So here there's this Doge track, Genesis Doge. It's some sort of racing game. Go to the Launchpad. So here we go. There's 6,000 items. They're selling for 1.5 Solana a piece. Right here, I could click mint right now. My wallet would pop up, and I could pay for it, and I could own one of these. This one is 33% of the collection has been minted. And that's how it is. I would just get one of these randomly. And, it's kind of a gamble. Do I get a rare one or not? But what it will do, no matter what, is give me access to whatever this project is offering. And that's what you would do. Now, with MetriVerse, as I've said before, there is no Launchpad. And I'm, for people that are still listening at this point, one of my main focuses right now is getting a Launchpad. So I'm going to be chasing that down. I think I have a lead for a someone that would be able to create a launch pad for the Metrix network, because I really think that that's important. But we don't have a launch pad yet. So does that mean we can't do anything that I've been talking about? No, not at all. There's just workarounds that you'll have to do. So let's say we get, 8,000 people in our Discord. We have 5,000 pieces that we have to give out, and we don't have a launch pad. What do? Well, we get everybody in the Discord to submit their wallets, because they would do that anyway for the whitelist. So everybody submits their wallet addresses, and then we can just take that, throw it in a spreadsheet, and do a copy paste into something like, random.org. We could do a list randomizer. We could copy and then paste like all of the wallet addresses in here. We could say pick 5,000, and then 5,000 would be spit out, and those could be the winners of our NFT. So, you would live stream this, or you would make a video of it just to show people that it was legit, but that's definitely one way to go about it. And then anybody that wins, you would just send them their NFT. And if they don't win, they don't win. But yeah, there's definitely ways about it. And, this video is getting a little long, but I do want to say that in the last episode of Blockchain Chronicles with Tyler from the Hippo Click, if you didn't listen to this, do yourself a favor. If you're interested in NFTs, if you're interested in creating your own collection, listen to the last 10, 15 minutes of this podcast. I believe it's around the 15-minute mark, maybe less, maybe the last 10 minutes. But Tyler does an amazing job talking about the top 10 things that you should think about, and top 10 things that you can deliver on when you're creating your own collection. When that thought pops in your mind of, oh, I can do this, I should do this. Listen to this podcast and listen to what he has to say, because it's fantastic and it's great advice, and I got a lot out of it. I think a lot of people would get a lot out of it. And if anybody needs help with anything, if I can be of service, just reach out, and I can try and point you in the right direction or give you an answer if it's simple enough for my meager mind. But I just want to reiterate again, before we get to where MetriVerse is released, oh my goodness, what an opportunity for anyone listening to this right now to make good money. I mean, let's just go back right now and look at this, right? These bong heads, right? There's going to be, let's just say everybody does whitelist, right? Let's say for some reason the whitelist sells out, and they have a supply of 2,420, right? 2,420 times, let's say Solana's at $90 right now. That's $217,000, guys. Now, if you just think about Metrix, right? Let's say you charge 50,000 Metrix for each NFT in your 5,000 collection. Right? That's 250 million Metrix, right? Times, our price, which is low. I don't know, it's still like, that's great money, and I would say that, like, the job isn't done there. Like, you'll obviously have to like put some of that money back in, but this would be great if we were doing a DAO and we had 45,000 for the DAO, or 250 million Metrix. There's a lot that you can do to make money as a community from that point. So anyway, just things that I think about. If you have questions, leave them in the description below or in the comment section below. You can write to me on Twitter. You can just check out the description in the comment section, or leave a comment. Check out the links and everything in the description below. And until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, Metroids.